Imagine a boy abandoned by his own tribe, no kingdom, no army, no wealth. His father had been lost to enemies, his family was starving. Historical accounts suggest they came dangerously close to death. By every measure, this boy should have disappeared from history. Instead, he would build the largest contiguous empire the world has ever seen. His armies would conquer lands to Eastern Europe. Sometimes entire cities surrendered before battles even began. But what makes his story truly incredible isn't just how much he conquered, it's how impossible his rise should have been. Genghis Khan wasn't born with that name. His real name was Temujin, and he was born around 1162 on the harsh Mongolian steppe. But when Temujin was only 9 years old, his father was poisoned by enemies. Everything changed overnight. Without protection, his tribe abandoned his family. Suddenly, they had nothing. His mother struggled to keep everyone alive. They survived by fishing, hunting, and gathering roots. Historical accounts suggest they came dangerously close to starvation. Then life became even harder. Temujin was captured by a rival tribe and forced into slavery. But somehow, he escaped. Most people would have spent the rest of their lives simply trying to survive. Temujin wanted something much bigger. He wanted to unite the tribes that had spent generations fighting each other, and that dream would change the world. At the time, Mongolia wasn't one nation. It was divided into many tribes locked in endless conflict. Temujin understood something others didn't. A divided people were weak. Instead of rewarding only powerful families, he promoted people based on loyalty and ability. It didn't matter where you came from. If you proved yourself, you could rise. That idea was revolutionary. Slowly, more tribes joined him. Some became allies. Others resisted and were defeated. By 1206, Temujin had united most of the Mongol tribes. At a great gathering, he received a new title, Genghis Khan. It meant something close to universal ruler, and with the steppe finally united, he turned his eyes toward the rest of the world. The Mongol army wasn't the largest army on earth, but it was one of the most effective. Every soldier was a skilled horseman.
Discipline was strict, communication was organized, and promotions were based on ability rather than noble birth.
But perhaps their greatest strength was adaptability. The Mongols constantly learned from conquered peoples. They adopted new weapons, they used Chinese engineers, they mastered siege warfare, and they studied their enemies carefully.
They also understood something powerful. Fear itself could become a weapon. Stories of Mongol victories spread across continents.
The empire kept expanding, but many people remember Genghis Khan only as a conqueror, and there is no denying that his campaigns were devastating. Countless lives were lost, entire cities were destroyed. But historians also point to another side of his legacy. Trade flourished across Asia. The Silk Road became safer for merchants and travelers. Ideas, technologies, and goods moved more easily between East and West. He generally allowed people of different religions to practice their faith. And he created laws and systems that helped govern an enormous empire. His influence extended far beyond the battlefield. Even centuries later, historians still debate the full impact of his rule, because few individuals have shaped history on such a massive scale. In 1227, Genghis Khan passed away, but exactly how remains one of history's greatest mysteries. Health issues, perhaps a fall from a horse. No one knows for certain.
And perhaps even more mysterious is what happened afterward. His burial place has never been conclusively found. According to legend, those who buried him kept the location secret forever.
Nearly 800 years later, historians still search for answers. One of the most powerful men in history vanished into mystery. And perhaps that's exactly how he wanted it. Genghis Khan began life as an abandoned boy fighting to survive. He ended it as the founder of an empire unlike anything the world had ever seen. His story often starts with nothing and refuse to stay nothing. And perhaps that's why, after nearly 8 centuries, one name still echoes across the world. Genghis Khan. Not because his journey was easy, but because it seemed impossible.
Have you ever wanted to start faceless content but had no idea where to begin?
Here's your chance.
We create high-quality animated videos and we do all the hard work for you. All you need to provide is the video title. That's it.
And the best part? It's extremely affordable. As a bonus, we also design high-quality thumbnails, logos, and any other assets you might need to grow your channel. Your content journey starts here.